We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we are now getting started. So thank you for being here. I'm Charlotte Ember. I am the founder of the Frequency Healing Community, as well as the Frequency Family Market. So if you are here on the live, make sure to comment, like, share if you want to, but just let us know that you're here so that we know that this is working. Let me just check in with my husband, make sure that he's seeing something come through. Nobody's seeing anything yet? Okay. Let me check on mine as well. It says that we are live, and it says we have one person. So I'm going to just keep on going. So sometimes it shows up in weird places. But okay. So before we get started, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're doing here. This is our first interview with some of our Frequency Family Market practitioners. And it's a new sister community. If you have not heard about it already, we started it less than a month ago. It's just brand spanking new. And it's been really fun putting it together. We really saw a need for connecting practitioners to people looking for frequency solutions, and vice versa, the other way around, helping you all who are looking for frequency solutions to find what you're looking for by connecting with the practitioners who have been working with these modalities, with these devices, and be able to help you all determine what is best for you. You know, there are so many different frequency technologies out there, so many different products, and there's so many great ones. And you don't have to just choose one. You can explore and try out all kinds of different ones. That's what I've loved to do, is just discover all of these new modalities that we can use to better our health. So basically, our vision for this is that you get the answers that you need. And then also we are providing a platform for practitioners, healers, to have their products and services on a platform that are all in one place, so that you all can just know you can go to this one place and find all kinds of things to look through. So I encourage you, if you have not already, maybe not until the end of this live, but go to frequencyfamilymarket.com. That is our marketplace. Remember, it's just getting started. So if you are a practitioner or a healer, please go over there, sign up, fill out the application. We would love to have your products. Hearing myself there. Okay. If you have not yet done that, then go check that out. I think someone, if you guys are turning on the live, is that from my side or from your side? Oh, okay, that's okay. I just want to be sure that wasn't something I needed to turn off. So I have two of our practitioners with me. I'm so excited to introduce them. We have Stephanie Bittner and Bill Renew. I think, am I saying your names properly, Bill? No. Okay, cool. I forgot to ask you that in the beginning. And they own Earth Shack, and they also use Spooky2 Lifewave Wearable patches. And then they have an incredible 11-day detox that we're going to talk about that I'm really excited to try out. But before we get into all of that, I just am going to read a little disclaimer here, just because we want to make sure cover all our bases here. So the Frequency Healing Community and the Frequency Family Market and its practitioners do not make any guarantees or claims regarding healing outcomes or medical cures. The products, services, and information provided within this community are intended for educational and informational purposes only. They are not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making any decisions related to your health or wellness. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Stephanie and Bill. All right. 3, 2, 1. There you are.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Yes.
Awesome. So please start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and how did you get into frequency therapy?
So I'm you could say, serial entrepreneur. I also I'm a caregiver for Steph, with Steph's condition, and also a shamanic practitioner. So I got into frequency therapy really, last year as Steph started getting worse. Actually, earlier this year, Steph started getting worse, and she had, purchased some Spooky2 equipment, but it was sitting there for a while because she was too ill to really get into using them. And when she started getting worse, I dove into how they work and started practicing on myself and doing a lot of research and getting training. And, was really blown away with some of the things that I discovered really just on myself and then working with staff. So that's how I got into it.
Yeah. And, I've been doing different modalities for years. Probably 20 years ago, I started training in Reiki. I did something called matrix energetics. I've done sound healing, kind of a combination of different things. But it was really, like you said, when I kind of got worse. And in my bio on your channel, I kind of talked briefly about the fact that I had a yoga injury, and it was probably around 6 years ago now. And I've gone to at least 30 doctors, surgeons, medical professionals, and none of them really know what to do with me. And you get to a point where you have to start looking outside of the box at what is available to help you heal, because, you are giving all your power away to these, professionals who you think are going to have the answers. And the truth is, most of the time, they really don't. So that's where I started to, look into Spooky and Rife equipment. And then that was what eventually led me to Lifewave, which I know we'll talk about in a few minutes. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I hear so often from so many different people. It really comes from a personal experience and needing to find answers. And I mean, that was my experience as well, going to mainstream doctors, trying to find answers, but not really seeing those answers coming forth. And unfortunately, it's kind of the culture in this that we are living in today that does not breed that connection and that collaboration. And that's another thing that I'm loving about this space, is that we can learn from each other. We can come together and learn what is working for people, because maybe one thing will be good for someone and something other than that will be good for someone else. So
right. Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So how do you feel today now then, Stephanie?
I'm much better than I was. But it's, I've had this issue now for 6 years. So it's a journey. But I definitely feel like I have more energy. I have more clarity. I have to exercise every day with my condition. So it gives me the ability to do that and not feel exhausted and drained afterwards. So little by little, I'm getting there. It's a process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Which is something else that I think is really important to point out with frequency therapy. This is kind of in a different place than how mainstream approaches health. Like usually in mainstream, people are looking for that pill that's just going to instantly bring a change overnight, and it might just make them high, but it's also something in their body. And I'm not refuting all medication. There are some times that is needed, but frequency is really this gradual, beautiful process. And it's like we get to go on the journey of discovering a new frequency, even just within ourselves. It seems to me like when I was introduced to frequency therapy, I started waking up not just to my physical ailments, but waking up to what was I thinking about my physicality, and that seemed to move me through the process. So it is a process, and I just want to encourage anyone out there who's discouraged right now in feeling like they are weighed down by their health issues, to take heart that even when you start just the smallest amount of frequency knowledge, when you start to dive into this, it starts to move you on a completely different track where you start to see those little improvements.
Yeah. And if I can add to that too, one of the things that kind of hurts my soul a little bit is when I hear people that have had issues for years and they've kind of just given up and think that there's no solution, there's no kind of way out, and they have to live like this for the rest of their life. And from someone who's a patient herself, knowing how hard that can be, not just physically but emotionally, as you're going through different issues, it's easy to give up hope. So I hope, people that are listening to this, people that are on your Facebook page and on the marketplace, they open themselves up to, you know what, maybe there is something else out there that can help me, to make me feel better, to heal what's going on, to kind of give me that strength or whatever that I need to kind of move forward in that healing process. So yeah, exactly.
Yes. Bill, do you have anything you want to add to that? Have you experienced anything like that?
Well, just, we've spoken to a lot of people, older people, or, actually people who are taking care of their parents. And, we see ways that we can help their parents, or there are ways to help their parents, but they've settled into that cadence. Well, they're old, this is how it is, and this is how they're going to die. Not even taking into consideration, well, your parent could have a better quality of life, from this day to, the end of life. But, they've just accepted it. So that's sad, actually. And that's just learned behavior by all of us. We've kind of, this is how it is. You get old, your bones start to ache and you start to go through pain. But, really, I don't accept that,
Yeah, exactly. And I think we've stepped into a whole new age here, where I think all of those old conditioning programs that we've been living by really are dying off. And we're tuning into who we really are as these incredible, we are an incredible technology.
Yes.
Some people call it a divine being, a spirit, but it is an incredible device that we have within us. And I think all these frequency technologies are doing, it's actually tuning us back into the truth of who we are, because we are frequency, we are vibration. That is what we are at our core. And I know I'm speaking to the choir, speaking to you guys, but to everybody watching. Yeah, that's just, so take heart, I think, is the message here, that there is a new thing happening. Tune into it, settle down your mind. We are all going through a major transition right now in our minds and in our beings. And we are not really dancing to the same tune anymore. So I think if we try to dance to that same tune, it's going to get a little rocky for us. But if we can just let go, let these new modalities, new waves of inspiration come, and trust that we are all being guided, I think beautiful things can happen in our life.
And I think,
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say too, I think especially in the past few years, I think people are really waking up to the traditional medical system and realizing, hey, it may not be working as well as we thought it was, and I think a lot of people are getting tired of just, oh, take this pill. Oh, just take this pill. And then you have side effects from that first pill. So now you have to take that second pill. And I think people are just more open than ever. I mean, I know, I'm thinking of one gentleman, I don't want to mention his name, who's very traditional, mainstream, thinks typically the kind of stuff that we do would be woo-woo, right? Yeah. And he had some issues. We talked to him about it. And, we were like, would you be interested in trying it? And he was like, yes. And it was just like, what? You said yes? You know what I mean? So it's something bigger happening energetically, as we're elevating as a society. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time.
Yeah. I think what frequency does is it puts us in a position for our bodies to actually heal themselves. Yeah. So, and that's the switch in our minds that's happening. It's going from we have powers that we have to surrender to or submit to outside of us, but knowing that we have all of it within us. We were created with the power within to activate this healing within us.
And our body is so intelligent. So smart, and when we just give it what it needs, it's
so beautiful. Yeah. Well, let's dive into the devices that you guys are using, the modalities that have really impacted your lives. One of them that I hadn't asked you this before, with the 11-day detox, are you using the Spooky2? I'm not exactly sure how that works. So those two kind of go together. Is that correct?
Correct. Okay. So do you want me to speak on that now?
Sure. Yeah.
So the 11-day detox, again, I experimented on myself, documented all the symptoms, and I researched like what are the common most symptoms when you're doing any detox, and there are about 28 different things. Headache, nausea, upset stomach, bowel movements, frequent bowel movements, and so on and so forth. So, I documented everything, and I did it quite a few times, and then I opened it up to 32 of our friends, family, and customers at our store, and had an amazing response. Again, documented as much as possible. Really learned about statistics of feedback, because not everyone will do the feedback, but I can gather data by speaking to them one-on-one, and so. Really how the detox works is we gather nail clippings of the person, so that those nail clippings are that unique connection to them. So we would put the nail clippings inside the wave generator, and that frequency, we have about 44 different frequencies that we target their nails, which is essentially them. And we can detox the liver, kidney, lymphatic system, pesticides, fluoride. So, and they will have symptoms. Again, not everyone, will remember, because some people, well, all of us are having very busy lives. And, they're not in tune enough in their bodies. And I'll tell you that by working with this equipment, I've never been so in tuned with how I'm feeling. Like I can actually sometimes, I don't know if I'm making it up or not, but sometimes I can actually feel the machine being on, and I just need a break. I was like, okay, I got to get out, But it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So that to me would be quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement. Yes, that's exactly it.
Just to give a little bit of explanation for what that is, if you have not heard of that before, people watching, look that up to get a real thorough definition of quantum entanglement. But basically everything that is, like, they've done experiments where they've taken actual cells and divided the cells and put them in different locations, and how one cell is affected in one area, it will do this exact same thing in the cell that is far, far away, literally like across the world. So this is not made up science. This is actual documented physics, quantum physics, that you can look up on your own to see how this remote healing actually happens.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of questions on the page. How does this work with remote healing? Well, especially if you are sending in a piece of yourself, a nail clipping that has all of your DNA information in it. And they are putting your actual DNA that is connected to your body into their system, and breathing life into it through their frequencies in order to make shifts and changes in your body. So I just want to read a few testimonials that you all sent me that are so cool about the 11-day detox. And just let me tell you, their detox is on our Frequency Family Market. So you can go to frequencyfamilymarket.com, or I think we might have the direct link to the 11-day detox in the comments. So you can also access that directly. But if you go to frequencyfamilymarket.com and go to services, you will also find it there. So let me just read here. Amy says, this detox program helped move things out of my body. I slept better, had less brain fog, and felt much lighter at the end. Jay Liu says, first time using Scalar and Rife technology, and it was great. Cleansing energy stems from the Earthshack mission, and it transcended to me to meet me where I'm at. This keeps doing a weird thing here. Hold on. Let me find Ryan. Bill provided amazing service and put in loads of time with my excessive amount of detox needs. I love the instantaneous and noticeable change in mental clarity and focus, the much needed daily check-ins, as well as remarkable physical improvements. Dawn says, this gentle yet profound detox brought to light fear I had been storing in my kidneys and adrenal glands. I stored anger in my liver. I was able to bring to wholeness parts of the past that have been holding me back. I feel lighter and more free to create with passion. I love that one, because that's been my experience with frequency, is that it's going to bring that stuff up to the surface, but we want it to come to the surface because when those negative experiences, negative past traumas or fears or whatever it is are lodged in our bodies, it really doesn't matter what we try to do to heal it if we don't allow it to come to the surface. It has to be dislodged. And frequency I have found to be one of the most gentle ways of doing that. So let me just read one more and then we'll move on.
Sure.
This is Kimberly. This was such an easy way to detox, and it was super organized with regular reminders to journal any effects. I would highly recommend this process to anyone. So I love it. So 11 days, full 24 hours.
24 hours a day. Yep.
Frequency, going to your system, helping to correct all those imbalances, helping to really just give your body exactly what it needs when it needs it.
Exactly.
That's another thing. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's also great for a beginner because I see on your site a lot of times people are just new to frequencies, and before they maybe want to invest money in purchasing equipment, which can get a little pricey, just going through, doing a detox, feeling what it feels like, getting the experience of having those frequencies going through your body. Sometimes that's just a gateway into them going to the next step and doing more and more just in their own life,
It's a perfect way to actually try out how these frequencies are going to affect you. Do you feel a difference, even though it's remote? I'm sure. So someone mentioned like a journal. Do you have that goes along with?
Yes, that's included, 11-day journal. And also I do a daily supplemental guide. So for those people who want to dive even deeper, I would suggest things like, when you're doing liver, drink dandelion tea. I mean, it's broken down every 6 hours. There's 4 6-hour segments per day. So every single one of those has suggestions that are optional.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I'm sure if you are really invested and you're paying attention, you're going to get the most out of it if you're really, because it does work with our intention as well. Just want to bring that to light.
Yes. Well, that I was going to say that. I mean, I think sometimes like what brought the person to us in the first place, it was their intention. Like, out of anything, this is so odd and weird. When I say I can detox you from wherever you are, it blows people's minds. Like, how are you going to do that? You'll have to come to your business. Do I have to come to your house? No, here's one of the machines.
Okay.
And this is a remote. This is where your fingernail clippings would go into.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we would send, through this is a frequency generator, and we would send that information, to your nail clippings. Yeah.
So it's actually reading the information from the DNA to detect.
No, it's not analyzing or reading. It's a one-way.
Okay. So it's just sending it to that person.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And the nice part is too, once we start getting into, the Rife technology, yes, we worked on ourselves, we worked on family, friends, we did pilots, that kind of thing. But we also hired a 20-year frequency veteran, who really kind of gave us more advanced settings. So these aren't like pre-programmed that came with the system, because there are things that come directly with the Spooky system. There's like 52,000 different options you can pick from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been curated, you know what I mean? So there's some real additional value there, in addition to our experience and the experience from the training that we received.
Yeah.
Training saved us years of trial and error, so it's like, that's.
Well, I can't wait to send you my toenails.
All right.
Right on.
I don't think I've ever told anyone that before. Awesome. I should have done it already. You already extended the offer and I just haven't gotten to it, but I still have that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, ready to do it. So let's move on to Lifewave, because that do you feel like we got enough on the Spooky2? Because we also have Spooky2 available on the frequency market through Bill and Stephanie, and it's 10% off right now. Is that correct?
Right now they're having a Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day sale, which is their best kind of sale of the year, which is, again, is another great time for someone just starting, because they have kits that are 10% off, and anyone can do that. But when things aren't on sale, we have an affiliate partnership with Spooky. So
Okay.
we have a code, which is going to be in the Frequency Family Marketplace, where they can get 5% off all the different products at any time of the year. So that's a nice kind of advantage as well.
And as a segue into Lifewave, you know, I did an expo a few weeks ago. Actually, I did an expo, couple expos. But I was overdoing it, pulled my back, and it usually takes a couple weeks. You know, acupuncture, chiropractic, and then then it feels better. However, I didn't have that kind of time. So there's a PEMF coil that can attach to this. So I used that. I ran a program for lower back, herniated disc, along with Lifewave patch X39. And overnight, it was gone. I didn't have to wait 2 weeks. So that was my experience.
Yeah. And I was going to say, if anything, like in terms of an emotion that I've received from kind of working both with the Lifewave and the Rife, is a sense of empowerment. You know, just like kind of taking like you kind of mentioned this earlier, taking our power back to be like, wait a minute, I can specifically send frequencies to my back, you know, to my ligaments, to my liver, what? So that's been like an emotion that I didn't expect as much as I did. So that feels really good to kind of take your life back in your own hands. Yeah.
For sure. I just, I think what I'm going to do right now, before we totally go in here.
Yeah.
No, that's not the one that I want. Let's see. Get it on the right one here. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Oh goodness, this technology. Get the right ones on here. Let's try this again.
So while you're bringing that up, one of the things that you can also do with, let's say, medication, you know, the Spooky2 program has every medication in its frequency list. So you can actually send the frequencies of the medication to yourself or to someone without having to actually take the medication.
Wow.
So you get all the benefits without the side effects.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, I think I've got it now. So is that working? Can you see that scroll in there?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Frequency Family Market. So when you come here, we can just click on Browse Listings. And I'm going to go to Services. This is the 11-day detox, just so you can have, everybody can have kind of a visual of what you're looking for here. And this says $199 per hour. This is actually $199 for the entire 11 days. This is an incredible deal, you guys. Just so you know, because frequency services, if you were to go into a place locally, you would never get a deal like this, $199 for an entire 11-day session. So even though it says per hour, we couldn't change that because of the software, but it's for the whole 11 days. And then I'm going to go here now to, let's see. Oh no, we need to go to wearable patches. Just want to bring this up so we can just kind of show, getting into the Lifewave. These are actually just little patches that go on your body, which I think are so cool. Stephanie, can you speak to a little bit of the science behind Lifewave?
Sure. So Lifewave has actually been around for 20 years. And I think they're in probably close to 100 countries right now. And how it works is basically, like you just showed, it's a little patch about 1 inch in size. And on the inside of the patch, there's something called a nanocrystal lattice structure that's weaved inside. And what that nanostructure or nanocrystal has inside of it is, water and sugars and amino acids. And how it works is, think of when we all stand in the sun, right? We're standing in the sun will send a signal to our body for our body to create its own vitamin D. So that's similar to what these patches do. It's called phototherapy. And basically, we we're an electronic system, right? Our body gives off heat. So when we have these patches that are on our skin, the heat of our body, the infrared light goes into the patches. The patches then changes the frequency of that light that then bounces back and goes into our body, which basically sends off a signal for our body to produce different peptides and amino acids. So the kind of mother patch is that one right there called X39. That's the most powerful patch that we have. And that's kind of what they call the mother patch. It does a little bit of everything. So that signals a peptide called GHKCU copper peptide. And what that particular peptide does, it helps to activate our stem cells. So if you're not familiar with stem cells, they are basically the generic cells in our body that will turn into any cell that the body thinks it needs. So it can turn into a liver cell, it can turn into a skin cell. But what happens is over time, as we age, the amount of healthy stem cells that we have in our body reduces. So that's why you see young kids get hurt and they bounce back and they recover real quick versus maybe your 80-year-old grandmother who, falls and breaks her hips. It may take, obviously 3 or 4 or 5 times longer, right? So what this does is, again, increases and activates those stem cells in our body. So it goes and starts rejuvenating whatever needs to be healed in the body. And it's, as I said earlier, our body is so intelligent. So it's going to go and heal what it thinks is a priority. So you have a pinky that is really sore and you're like, oh my gosh, I really want my pinky to heal. But your body knows that there's something maybe going on with your liver that needs healing. So it's going to go there first before it gets to your pinky. And how they work is you put them on in the morning. They just stick to your body. They have like a sticky part on the back and you wear it for 12 hours and then you take it off and you just do that every day. And they have kind of like a compounding effect. So the more that you wear them, the more this peptide is being increased in your body, the more it's making your stem cells happy, healthier, and activating within your body. And kind of our rule of thumb is you want to wear them for at least 1 month for every decade old you are. So if you're 30 years old, you want to at least be wearing these daily for 3 months. If you're 50 years old, obviously you want to be wearing them daily for 5 months to get kind of the most impact from it. And what we tell people is take pictures of your face or your hair or your hands, go to the doctor, get some blood tests run. And then after that 6 months or however many months that you're wearing the patches, go get retested again. And you're going to start to see, some of your numbers just kind of getting better and better as time goes by. And we have at least 5,000 testimonials that are documented, but that's just like a little dot in compared to how many testimonials that really people are experiencing with using these patches.
Wow, that is really awesome.
It's incredible. I mean, people are avoiding surgeries, knee surgeries, hip surgeries. People are seeing improvement in just their physical, visual appearance. We've had children that had disabilities with issues with speaking who can now speak a little bit better. I mean, just incredible story after story. Yeah.
What I love about it is that you said that it'll just go in and take care of what your body needs the most at that moment. And what I've learned through frequency sometimes is I've met people that are like, well, I can't sleep. And so they'll run sleep frequencies of some kind, but that's not working. And then once they would do, with this other technology, they would do, check what it actually is that they need, then the scan would say something completely different. And then that would actually help them sleep. So like you were saying, our bodies are so intelligent that there's sometimes your energy needs to go to the place that is needed most in order to help all these other symptoms. So sometimes if you have a headache, it may be your liver that needs to be addressed.
Right.
Correct.
It might be your gut that needs to be addressed, not your head. you know.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
The other thing that we find too is a lot of times people maybe have injuries or conditions that they've had for years, right? And the reason they're not healing is because there's some kind of inflammation there. So we have another patch called Eon, which works the same way, but it has a different peptide to it. And what that does is it reduces the inflammation, because when your body is inflamed, it's in like a fight or flight mode, which prevents it from, healing as well as it could be. But once you kind of reduce that inflammation, you calm down your nervous system, you start to balance out your brain and your energy levels. Now your body and those stem cells in your blood can start to get to those areas that have been restricted, that they couldn't get to actually heal what was going on with you.
yeah, I love this example here, the thermography photos that are showing, of course, the red is the inflammation, and I'm a little bit blurry, but I'm guessing this is the after using
Right.
those patches. Incredible.
Exactly. Yeah, that's our ice wave. That's the one that has a more immediate effect. All the other patches you kind of have to wear for a while, but the ice wave is one where within minutes you can receive a reduction in inflammation and a reduction in pain. So there's a lot of people in pain out there. So a lot of people actually really do love our ice wave patch. And the other thing that I didn't mention earlier is these patches are non-transdermal, meaning there is nothing going into your body. There's no drugs going into your body. There's no stimulants going into your body. And like I said earlier, I think people are trying to get away from the medications and the toxins that come along with that. So, we're finding more athletes are using them. They've been approved through the Olympics because there's nothing going in your body. It's just your body using its own intelligence to increase those peptides that it produces on its own.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me just show you one more time. In order to access the Lifewave, you want to go here in the marketplace to browse listings. It's going to be under wearable body patches.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the Lifewave right there.
Yep.
So the 11-day detox, as well as, 11-day detox is here under services. And then I believe the Spooky2 is here under frequency devices. Yes. But I believe we have a link that goes to the detox and the Spooky at the same time. So you'll find that together.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Let me just see how we can get this. Okay. So let me just check in. Ben, do we have any questions that we need to address before we move forward? Okay, no questions at the moment from the group. So how do you see frequency technology changing our world? We were saying 10 years, but now that we're in the age of Aquarius, it might be just like 10 weeks.
Exactly.
10 minutes. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly.
10 minutes. How are things changing?
I mean, really, so our store is in an Amish market, and I am really pleasantly surprised as to when I, make this offer, to our customers, they're open to it.
Wow.
We still have some people who are afraid of the entire DNA, scare, but, I say, listen, when you go to get your haircut, your DNA falls on the floor. It's in your coffee cup. It's everywhere. So yes, there are bad actors out there. We don't analyze your DNA. We simply get your nail clippings and put it inside the machine, and send the information to you. That's it.
Yeah.
But, I see people being more and more open, and quite shortly, this is where medicine is going. This is where, how we're going to feel better is going through frequencies. Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And one of my favorite quotes, which is on your page, is something by Albert Einstein. And he says, the future of medicine is in frequencies. And, that was how many years ago he said that. And he was right. We're finally starting to really experience it, I think, in a way that we never have before.
Exactly. Yeah, I really do believe we're going to start seeing, we've been diving into this, some of us for 10, 15 years. And a lot of us, I think, felt alone for a while. Like, where are the other people?
Yes.
And I mean, just the proof is here on this page with we hit 100,000 people, which has just blown my mind at how fast that this has grown because of the people who are interested in this. And I think it's definitely a telltale sign that something's happening in our psyches, waking up to energy, and that we are not just matter. We're not just this flesh and blood. There is an energy body that's at work. And when we tune into that energy body and actually address that, that is what is informing the matter. It's not the other way around. We don't need to force the matter and mold the matter. We just need to let the energy body shift. And even just those minor little shifts have huge, huge impacts on our physical health, mental well-being, and in all ways. Well, do you all have anything else that you want to say about all of this in closing? And then I'm going to just, oh, we do have a question now. Ben, can you help me with, or send it to me? Okay, using the Lifewave patches, how long does it take to do a full body detox? And are there any side effects of wearing a patch for too long?
So how the patches work, most of them are you wear them for 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And it's kind of like I relate it to when you go to the gym, right? You are maybe working out your biceps one day, but on the next day you go to the gym, maybe you should be working on maybe your legs. You need time for your body to rest. So you don't want to wear these patches 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or else you're going to lose the real effectiveness of them. So you can wear them too long. Just in terms of losing effectiveness, not so much that you're going to have a side effect from it. In terms of detoxing your body, I mean, everybody's body is different. You know, as women, I think we use something like 6,000 different, or let's say we're exposed to something like 6,000 different chemicals and toxins a day with, you know, shampoo, conditioner, soaps, makeup, hair dye, all that kind of stuff. So some of us have more toxins than others. And you'll know because once you start kind of the detox process, if you're having what they call hercumor, which is basically your
healing crisis.
Yeah, a healing crisis. Like your body is detoxing too quick. You might have sore muscles or headache or whatever the case may be. But as your body's getting cleaner and cleaner and those toxins are coming out of your body through the Lifewave patches, through maybe the teas, through the, you know, Rife, however you're doing it, you'll notice that you won't have those symptoms as much. And the nice thing about our X39 is it'll give your own internal glutathione production an uptick of around 30%. And glutathione, for anyone who doesn't know, is your master antioxidant. It's the detox. We have one called glutathione. It's like the detox patch, and it pulls out chemicals and toxins. So it depends what patches you do, because some are going to be more kind of, I want to say, aggressive in terms of detoxing. But for anyone that has any questions about the Lifewave patches, about the Rife, feel free to reach out to us on the marketplace or on the Frequency Family community. We can help you in terms of picking out what patches are best for you, what Rife equipment might be best for you. If you're looking to buy your own, use us as a guide. We're happy to help any way that we can.
And whichever one you're doing, remember water,
Yes.
water.
Yes.
Patch or Rife, drink plenty of water.
Yeah,
Exactly. Very important.
very, yeah.
About water. All right. So closing here, I'm just going to walk everyone through showing you the new sister programs, the community and the marketplace again, just so that you are familiarized with that just a little bit. I want to thank you, Bill and Stephanie. Please.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, and Ben, for everything that you're doing. This is incredible, and so well needed. We're very appreciative.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so appreciative that you guys they were some of the first ones to just jump right in and ask the questions and get on the platform. And we're just so grateful because we really feel that there's something really special about what is being birthed, which it feels. And it was actually not even something that we had been even planning on doing. It really is being birthed out of this need that we saw. And we're like, oh my gosh, I mean, all of these skill sets that had been developed in us over time of making these platforms kind of all came together. And I just could not be happier. I am absolutely loving meeting everyone and just connecting everybody. So let me go ahead and show you. I have not shown you yet the community space. I did show you the marketplace. That's frequencyfamilymarket.com. The community space, you can actually access it from, let me go ahead and just do that. Well, no, I'm just going to open in a new thing. Sorry. I just have to figure out this. Just go ahead. Oh, it's not letting me do it. Okay, well, it doesn't want to let me add another one. Let me see if I remove this one. Huh. Well, it's not letting me click on anything. That's great.
This is part of birthing. The unexpected.
Right, birthing, birth pains. Well, it was working before. Let's see. So strange. I'm not able to. Oh wait, here we go. Okay. Okay, I think it was just being delayed. There was
stuck. Yeah.
Some delay thing. Okay, let's try this again. Now it's working. Maybe some internet was delaying things. Here we go. All right. So on the, can you all see that?
Yes.
Yes, it's the community space. So on the marketplace, you will see there's actually a place where you can enter the community. And when you get into the community, we have just a really, I'm hoping, streamlined. You can always reach out to us if you have some ideas, but it's just going to walk you through, you know, there's a practitioner section. So if you're a practitioner, you will go here and that will take you to your little, oh, can't do that. It'll take you to your area, which is going to be opening in a different tab. So it won't let us do that right now. But basically, we have places here for you to chat with the experts, with finding out what devices to use, talk to the experts, any frequency research that you're interested in. We have a section here for success stories. And then we also have a, you're not seeing it now?
No.
Oh, you're not. Okay. Sorry.
We're seeing it, but not on your Facebook page.
Okay. Let's try this again. Now are you seeing it?
It's changed
blank.
screen. Oh yeah, yes.
There it is. There it is.
Is it on there, Ben? Okay, it's coming up now. Okay, let me start this over.
It's just the link.
Okay, community group. So we have, again, like I said, this community group is so that you can actually connect with the practitioners. You can connect and ask your questions. That's not always the safest, best place on Facebook to ask your questions. We're not able to always approve all of those for certain reasons of Facebook guidelines and all of that. But over here at the community, we can really dive in, dig into all of the research, all of the stuff that you guys want to find out. We've got this whole chat portal here with different sections about devices, about healing, talk to the experts, frequency research, success stories. There's also a frequency library, and I've got lots of different frequencies. That's one of the questions we get all the time, like what frequency for this or this? And we've just have it broken down here for you. We also have lots of lists of Rife frequencies. So if you're just curious to know, well, what frequency do I use for this? Maybe you do have a device and you just don't know how to use it or know what frequencies to run. And then we've got a video section here that is starting just in giving you some of the research. It's really important, I think, to really catch up on why this works, because the more that you know, the more you believe in it, the more you are focusing on allowing this to shift and change in your body. If you're coming at it from a real skeptical place and you have not had the experience, that might, cause for you not to have as much effect. I mean, that's the way it is with anything that we are using will have those types of effects if we are blocking it. So I'm not going to be able to go to the different sections really here because I think it'll take us off here, but this is basically the community, and we'd love to see you here. The vision is that you can get connected, you can get the answers that you need, connect to people like Bill and Stephanie. So all of these places are available to you, the community and the marketplace. Please come check everything out. And I think we're going to go ahead and finish up here, guys. Do you have anything else that you want to share?
How often are you going to do lives?
I'm planning on doing this once a week.
Nice.
So, yeah, next week. I have not gotten a total confirmation yet. I'm hoping to announce that sometime this week. But yeah, I would love to start highlighting the different practitioners that are coming into our marketplace and community and bringing them to this Facebook group so you all can just make some educated decisions on your frequency solutions.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Very cool.
We're excited to be here, and kind of like you mentioned earlier too, it's like finding your tribe, finding your like-minded folks that, have the same belief system and bringing us all together. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, I feel the same way. All right, everyone. Thank you for whoever has joined in. And this should stay up on the page. So keep asking your questions in the comments, and we'll keep checking it, and we can come back and give you some answers if we know them. So okay, thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.